In previous class, we have seen once again. Okay. So in previous class, we have seen how to design or how to model the data for this tic-tac-toe board. It means how to represent this tic-tac-toe board with the help of a dictionary. So in previous class, I told you. So first, initially, we keep all the keys as a space, that is nothing but blank or empty. So because our initially our tic-tac-toe board is empty, and however the player X and the player O are keep on writing the capital X and capital O in the blocks. So these can be achieved by assigning those capital X and capital O to the particular keys wherever they want or they wish to write the X and O. So then suppose as I already told, there are 9 blocks are there in a tic-tac-toe board, and 9 keys are there. Okay, for these 9 keys, 9 values should be assigned. Okay, so if any one of these key is missing out of 9 keys, if any one of these 9 keys is missing, that is nothing but a string like top L, mid L, low L, and mid M, low M, and top M, top R, mid R, and low R, like this. Among 9 blocks or 9 keys, any one key if you miss to write in a dictionary, then that dictionary gives us one error. That error is called as key error. Okay, in this screen you can see here, and first you have seen only here the you player O has written these 3 O's here, and below that one row is there, one line is there, and below that actually one row should come here, that is a middle row. But if any user or programmer by mistake if he miss or if he skip this string or this key, that is mid L, so then this Python gives us one error. That error is a key error. It means where exactly the key is missing, from that onwards that Python stops to display the output on our monitor screen. Okay, so if that user has only created first row, that is a top row, and he has missed one key in middle row, so that Python stops or stopped to displaying the Python tic-tac-toe board from here onwards. So it has displayed only up to this line, that is minus plus whatever line we have created now with the help of these symbols, minus plus, up till that only it will display. So because the main fault is here, the user or programmer has missed or skipped one string key or string mid L. For example, if mid L and mid M and mid R, 3 keys should be there in middle row. So any one key if it is missing, then it gives us one key error. Okay, so this you should keep it in your mind. Then next thing is, now let us see this complete program for our tic-tac-toe. Here what we are doing in the first part of this program, we are initially we are keeping our tic-tac-toe board empty or blank, and below that definition statement is there, that is def define statement. So which function we are we are using here, we are using one function that is print board. And why we are using this function? Because these all values whatever you are assigning to these keys they are storing and they are saving in the keys, of course, in the memory, internal memory of our computer. But that values or those values we cannot print on our monitor screen, no. Ultimately we have to represent a tic-tac-toe board. So how exactly I have to show that tic-tac board design on my monitor screen? To display that one we are using this print board function. Okay, so and this function also, just now I told you we have added this function to our program. So in previous code I had made it bold letter because we had added this part to our program. Next, let us continue with the extended part of our program. So that is why we have once again made bold letters this part. Okay, so what I am doing in this part, I am just assigning one capital X to one more variable, that is a turn. So you should remember now we have used three variables totally now. So in that one, first the board is a variable to which we are assigning a dictionary, and second variable is called as argument of this function. That argument is a board argument. Okay, just make the difference. This is the board where we are storing a dictionary, but this one is a just a board it is. Okay, so don't get confusion. This board is a argument to the function print board. Then suppose if the game is starting with the person player X. Okay, so then we will give the turn to that person. So capital X is equal to we are assigning it to one more variable turn. Now the turn is of player X. Then we use one for loop here, that is I in range 9. Why 9 here? Because we have to fill all 9 blocks of our tic-tac-toe board. So we have to iterate this for loop for 9 times. And of course, since in the range function we have specified the argument as a 9, so it will not include 9, it will include till only 8. So that our I variable starts its iteration from the value 0. So 0 iteration, first iteration, second iteration, fourth, sixth, like this up till eighth iteration. It means a total 9 iterations will be there, excluding this 9. Okay, so this 9 should not be included, so it will stops the iteration when I value is a 8. So then once again you call this print board function. So print board the board. Okay, so you should go to this part, that is function definition part, and here that Python displays this board on our screen. Of course still our board is empty, it will make all the blocks as a empty only. So after that what it displays, one print function turn for one string is there, and we will concatenate with the variable turn. So turn for capital X, it means it is a turn of player X. Then full point, then one more string is here, that is move on which space. Now X player moves his this one choice X to which space. It means where he will write that capital X in these 9 blocks. So whatever he writes that capital X, so he will write it through keyboard, and it will be accepted by this input function. Then that X will be assigned to this one more variable, that is move, move. So this is a fourth variable. So first variable was the board, then second argument was board, third variable was turn, then the next fourth variable is move. Then once again the board of move is equal to turn. So who was getting a turn? No. So that turn, that is X, capital X, is storing to this the board of move, the board of move. So if that turn is equal to X, okay. So of course the turn, first turn was of the player X. The next turn obviously it should come to the player O. Okay, because of that only, if this condition is true, right now the player X has a turn yes, and he has moved his choice, or he has used his turn also. Then the next turn will be of the player O. So then O will be assigned to turn variable. Now previous value of turn will be deleted, that is capital X will be deleted, and capital X is replaced by capital O now. Else means what? If it is not the turn of player X, it means that what? It is the turn of second player, that is player O. At that time what has to do? the turn should be transferred to capital X. And just see here, by mistake I have written only single assignment operator. So actually it should be equal operator. It is double equal. Okay. So make a correction here. If you are writing in your class notes, so don't make mistake here. By mistake I have written here only single. So then sorry, yes, yes, it is a single assignment operator only, because we are assigning a value here. We are not checking the condition. We are checking the condition only in if condition. Then we are assigning a capital O to this term, and if this capital X is not having the term, then the turn will be given to player O. Okay. And else, if turn is not of X, it means that turn is of player O, then that turn should be transferred to capital X, that is player X. So X is assigned to turn. Then after that, last one statement is that is print board. What is this? This is nothing but it is once again function call it is. So already we have called the print board function inside a for loop already once, and after the for loop, it means outside of this for loop, once again we use this print board, the board. It means that so continuously till those 9 blocks will be filled, so that for loop will be keep on iterating. It means keep on calling this print board function and keep on transferring the turns from X to O to X. These all things will be done. Finally, at last, we have to display the finally all filled um, blocks, the board which is filled with all entries. That board, if we want to display once again, we have to call this print board function out of this for loop. Okay, because of that only 2 times we are calling this print board function. So now let us see how exactly our output will look like. See, our output of this program looks like this. So first, initially our tic-tac board is empty or blank. Then it is displaying one statement, that is turn for X. Okay, so this is the turn for X, because already X is assigned to the variable turn. And move on which space, it means that where that player X will write the capital X in this board. Then he writes mid m. Okay, it means that this mid m is a string which is given by the programmer or a player X through the keyboard. So this input function receives this string mid m, and because of that only, so the print board function is displaying our board like this. It means when the player X has chosen the block, this is medium, the X is displayed here. Next, immediately it displays the turn is transferred to O, that is turn for O. Then O player, where he moves or where he writes capital O, so he chooses the block lower L. Okay, low L. So this string will be given by the programmer or player O through this keyboard only, through the input function. So again, that board will be this one. So that board will be this one. Resultant board is this one. The print board function will display this board. So snip means what? Like this, term will be keep on transferring from O to X, X to O, O to X, X to O, like this. And wherever they want to write capital X and capital O, those all entries will be filled with these assignment statements, and this board will be displayed with the print board function. This will be keep on continuing for 9 iterations. At last, in the 8th iteration, your board looks like this, and again it is a turn for X, and X will use once again low M. It means this one, low M. Okay, so this entry will be filled by again for player X. Then resultant, the resultant tic tac board is looking like this. This is the final output. This this move itself. So this is the final design of the board. Okay. See, this is just we are displaying this board state now, and this program is not complete yet because our program has to give a proper output at the end of the execution. What output it has to give? So among two players X and O, which player has won? That result, that output it has to give, no. So here we are not doing that one. So if we want to do that one again, our program will be little bit lengthy once again. So who has won, who has lost, this one if we want to decide, of course it is very easy that if in one row it may be top, it may be middle, it may be low. So if uh, any if any complete row is having all three characters as the same characters like x or o. This condition we have to check, and based on that condition we can decide whether player x has won or player o has won the game. Okay. So let us go to next topic, that is nested dictionaries and lists. I think already you know the word, meaning of the word nested. It means the dictionary within dictionaries. Okay, lists within lists is called as a nested dictionary, and nested lists. And where we use these nested dictionaries and nested lists. See, already I told you these there are some this one was very simple model. Okay, our tic tac toe board was very simple model. So we have used only a single dictionary here, single dictionary value which contains nine blocks or nine key value pairs there, I mean nine items. Okay, so here this was a very simple game, so we have used only one dictionary in our program. Suppose there are more complicated games or softwares will be there where we have to store multiple data in a dictionary. So in such kind of problems, complicated problems or complicated projects, we can use small dictionaries or sub dictionaries in other dictionaries, that is parent dictionary. So we can use a similarly small list within the parent list, that is a main list. So this is called as the nested dictionaries and the nested lists. So here, as I already told in previous classes, these lists always contain ordered values, ordered series of values. It means the indexing is strictly maintaining in lists, but indexing is not strictly maintaining in dictionaries. So because in a list, suppose the index 0 has one string apple, index 1 has one more string bat, index 2 has one more string cat. So apple, bat, cat is there. So if list 2 also has apple, bat, cat, then only we can say that list 1 is equal to list 2. So if the list 2 contains cat, bat, apple, it means I just reversed the strings or items of lists. I just changed the positions of those items in the list. So then we cannot say that list 1 is similar to list 2. So, but in the dictionaries, in the case of dictionaries, both the dictionary 1 and the dictionary 2s are same. Okay, even though the items, that is key value pairs, change their positions in the dictionary 1 and dictionary 2. Okay, so whenever you strictly want to maintain ordered series of values, then you go with a list, and whenever you don't want to use this ordered series of values, then you go with the dictionaries. So dictionaries are very helpful when whenever we want to combine the keys with the values. Okay, so in such type of cases we can use these dictionaries. So suppose let us do one more project here. So that is one more problem. So some students are there, some friends are there, they are going to some picnic. Okay, so if they are bringing some items from their home, and who are bringing which item, and totally when they gather in a picnic spot, how many number of same items they are bringing. So for suppose if I am bringing two apples and my friend is bringing three apples. Okay, so I am bringing two apples, so my friend is bringing three apples. At the picnic spot when we get together, so there we will count total number of apples. Then it should be five, right? So this task we can do with these dictionaries. So how we can do this one, we will see now. So once again, we use one function for this picnic problem, that is a total brought function. Total brought function will read this data structure, that is data structure is nothing but a dictionary, and it calculates the total number of items brought by all the guests or all the participants of that picnic. So just to see, let us see how to write this program. See, first of all, we would like to use one variable, that is all guests, to which we are assigning one data structure or we are assigning one dictionary. And this dictionary is not ordinary dictionary. This is a nested dictionary. Keep it in your mind, because if you observe this dictionary carefully, there are multiple number of open brace and close braces are there inside this dictionary. Three sub dictionaries are there. If you observe this carefully, you get three sub dictionaries. Okay, it means that here in entire dictionary there are only three items are there. So what are those three items? So three items, every item is nothing but a key value pair, one value key value pair, right? So in the first item or first key value pair is alias. Key is alias and its value is one sub dictionary, that is apples 5 and pretzels 12. It means it is one item of picnic, pretzels 12. And second key is bob, and second value for this bob key is ham sandwich is 3 and apples 2. And third key for our main dictionary is carol, and the value corresponding to this value key is cups 3 apple pies 1. So like this, three key value pairs are there in the main dictionary, and in the first sub dictionary two key value pairs are there. If you observe carefully here, in the first sub dictionary, in the first sub dictionary two key value pairs are there, and in the second sub dictionary also two key value pairs are there. In third dictionary also, sub dictionary also, so two items are there, I mean two key value pairs are there. This is what we are going to assign to our variable all guests. Okay, then this is the main part of this program, that is define a program function. That function name is just I have taken it as a total brought. Okay, so total brought receives two arguments. First argument is guests, second argument is item. And inside this function, what we are doing, initially we are assigning number brought variable to 0. We are using one more variable, that is number brought. It means that this is the main output. This will be the main output of our program. Keep it in your mind. So because number brought means, so how many items I brought and how many items my friend brought, that we want to store. So we are using one variable here, that is number brought. And here inside this function only we are using one for loop with two variables, that is k and v. So already I told you what is k and v. K is key and v is a value. And where we are using this for loop, in the guests dot items, guests dot items. So here in function arguments, what I am using, guests and item. Okay, so here also we are using that variable as guests dot items. It means that this guest is nothing but this all guests only. Okay, we will come to this part later. So within this for loop, once again I use that variable, that is num brought, because initially it was 0. Now I have to update it. How I have to update it? So that is num brought plus v dot get function. In previous class I told you get function, how to use this get method. So what this get method is doing, it searches for a particular key in our dictionary, and it returns its value to us. And if that key is not present in our dictionary, it just returns one value what we write in this argument. Okay, that is nothing but it returns it as a 0. So it is searching for a particular item, and if that item is not present, it returns simply 0. Okay, so here we are using the v dot get function or get method, where we are applying this get method to the variable v. It means that we are interested only in these values of this dictionary. Okay, we are not concentrating or we are not applying this get method on keys. We are applying it to values. Okay, then at last this function is returning num brought. It means it is returning this value number brought. So after that we have to display the information like this with the print functions out of this total brought function. That print function is displaying one message to us, that is number of things being brought. So what are the items you are taking to your picnic? Okay, so that we are going to make a list of here. This is first item is apples. Okay, one string, and this string is concatenated with one more string. That string is nothing but string of total brought of all guests comma apples. So it means that when Python looks at this part, it clearly understands that, oh, this is the function call. Which function? Total brought. Then immediately control jumps to this part and it executes this, and again it comes back here. And if apples, total apples, how many apples we are bringing, so that count will be fetched from this total brought here. And since it will be an integer value, so that integer value should be converted to string. So I am using the string function here, then so that we can easily concatenate these two strings. Okay, similarly for cups. Okay, total brought of all guests comma cups. So it means how many number of cups are gathered in a picnic spot. So that is total brought. Okay, it will be obviously the count will be in the form of integer, so I have to convert it into in the form of a string. So similarly cakes and ham sandwiches and apple pies. So if you observe, the expected output will be like this. Apples will be having some count here. Cups will be also having some counts here, because cups one key is present in our dictionary. Cakes will be 0 because cakes value is not present here. Okay, cakes value is not present here. The value cakes in our dictionary is not present here. Only which items are there on, or only which keys are here? Only apples is there, pretzels is there, sandwich is there, apples is there once again, and cups is there, and apple pies are there. So cakes is not absent, so this cakes count will be 0. And sandwich is present there, and some lump sum amount of or number of sandwiches will be present here. Okay, no problem. And apple pies is also there, so apple pies count will be displayed here. So let us see the exact output of this program. See, this is the exact output of our program. Number of things being brought. Okay, so apples is 7. We can observe here, because in our program, so how many apples are there? Total count of apples here 5, and here it is 2, so 7 it is. Okay, so then the second item is cups. So total 3 cups will be there in a picnic spot. So somebody have brought 2 cups and somebody have brought 1 cup, so total 3 cups will be there. And cakes is 0. If you can observe, cakes count is 0 here, because cakes value itself is not present in our dictionary. Okay, and you just forget about this value. Cakes key itself is not present in this dictionary. Okay, so key is not present here, so we will return a 0. So which method is returning this 0 value? Get method is returning this 0 value. And sandwiches are 3 and apple pies are 1. This is actual output of our program. Okay, so here sir, this is nothing is there. It is very simple program, no? So we can just count and do this one. Okay, of course you can do this one. So with the help of these nested dictionaries. So but this is a simple program. But if you just imagine, here there are only 3 participants are there: Alice, Bob, and Carol of this picnic. You just imagine, suppose there are some more than 100 or 200 people are there who are going to picnic, and all of them are bringing a lot of many items. Okay, so at that time we can use these dictionaries. So without these nested dictionaries, it will be very difficult for us to implement this program. Okay, so what is the main purpose of this program? So total count of our items we have to give. So that's all. So here, since it is a very small count here, Here apple is 5 and here apple is 2. So total apples are 7. So this is just because Alice is also bringing apples, Bob is also bringing apples. So just imagine, suppose all 50 or 70 people are bringing the same item and a variable number of items, then we have to count those all items. For that one, we can use this nested dictionary. In such type of situations, nested dictionaries and nested lists will be helpful for us. Okay, so just imagine thousands of data is present in this dictionary. For example, thousands of key value pairs are there. At that time, it is very very useful for us to use these dictionaries, nested dictionaries. Okay, see. Then next topic we will go to next topic, that is manipulating the strings. Okay, so one more main important and main topic of this module, that is manipulating the strings. Already you have studied the strings topic in the first module itself. So once again, let us start with this module with some important operations or methods what we can apply or what we can use on these strings. Okay, so here already we know that we can perform two operations on these strings, that is string concatenation, okay, and string replication. Okay, string concatenation can be done with this plus operator, right? So apart from this string concatenation and string replication, we can do more other number of more number of other functions or operations on these strings. So what are those we can use here? We can do these operations here. I just make you clear. It means we can extract partial strings. It means one string is there. From that string, I want to just fetch the middle characters. Okay, or I want to just fetch the first some three characters, or I want to fetch only some last two characters. So like this, we can get or access the partial strings from the whole string. Okay, that we can do. And we can add or remove the spacing. It means we can put extra space from space to the string, or we can remove that extra space from the string. So such type of operations we can do on our string. And also, so one more interesting function what we can do on these strings is we can convert the letters from lowercase to uppercase and uppercase to lowercase. Okay, so such kind of methods we can use. And check that these strings are formatted correctly. It means that we can also check whether these strings are formatted correctly. Okay, so here we can do this all operations on these strings. Okay, we can write a python code to access this clipboard also. I think you have heard this word clipboard in your mobile also. Whenever you copy any text, that text will be copied in some temporary storage or temporary small amount of memory, that is called as a clipboard. Okay, so that clipboard also we can access. It means we can see what text is presently copied in this clipboard. Okay, and for what purpose we can access this clipboard? For copy and paste the text or copy and paste the strings. So these all functions we are going to do in the next classes now. Okay, so concatenation and replication only we had studied on these strings. Now apart from these two operations, we can still do more other operations also on these strings. Okay, so these things we are going to see one by one here. See, string literals. Okay, so what we are going to do here, here one in the beginning only I told you, always strings will be enclosed within a single quotes, right? Single quotes will be used for strings, and sometimes it is safer to use double quotes also. So why? Because, so if you observe this example here one string I have written, that is Alice's cat. That is Alice's cat. So when you use this string, the Python thinks that this single quote is the beginning of this string, and this single quote is a end of this string. But actually, this is apostrophe Yes, it is. Okay. So this is not a single quote to indicate the end of the string. So actually, this single quote is indicating the end of the string, right? So this is a apostrophe S. So because of this single quote, Python gets confusion and it thinks that this is the end of the string. So it will just ignore this part, that is S space C A T full point. This part will be ignored by the Python. So, sir, how to use then that single quotes within the strings? It means how to use this apostrophe type of single quotes within the strings. So simple. So that is nothing but you just use double quotes to these strings so that Python can understand the double string. First double string is the beginning of the string, and this is second double string is the end of the string. Inside this string, if you use a single quotes, then it will be apostrophe yes. Okay. So here we will see we can use this type of techniques here to use these single quotes in our strings. Okay, so let us go to double quotes now. Suppose, of course, if you are using double quotes for strings and also you want to print explicitly that double quotes inside the string once again at that time also. So how to do that one? So we are going to see now. See, strings can begin and end with double quotes. Okay, how they will begin and end with a single quotes. So we can use both single quotes as well as double quotes for our strings, no problem. And it is based on your requirement in your single quote. If you are using single quotes and inside that if you want to use apostrophe yes in a single quote, then you have to use double quotes for that string. Okay, similarly, so what is the benefit of this double quotes, using the double quotes? Just now I told you, right? So this using this double quotes can allow us to have single quote character within our string. So let us see how this one in our interactive shell. See here one variable is there spam. We are assigning one string to this variable. That string is that is aliases cat. Now it is very clear for us as well as to Python that this string is beginning with a double quotes and ending with a double quotes, and inside this string whatever the single quote is there, it is a apostrophe yes. Okay, so apart from this there is one more technique is there, that is we can use escape characters. So escape characters are nothing but they are not new, already you are familiar with them. That is nothing but in our C programming, in the end of a printf function, we used slash n. What is that slash n? So that slash n is called as escape character. It means that it escapes. It means it brings the cursor to next line. That is new line character it is, right? So similarly here, so there are some escape characters are there. They just ignore they just ignore the next character. That next character will be usually single quote or double quote. It means that they will escape them, they will ignore them, and directly they will consider only the single quote which is indicating the beginning of the string, and the single quote which is indicating the end of the string at the last of the string or at the end of the string. In between that string, if you use any single quote, you can ignore it by using these escape characters. For example, this escape character contains the character backslash. So always remember these escape characters begin with a backslash. After this backslash, we can write anything here like a single quote, double quote, and small letter n, like this. Okay. So even though they contain two characters, because slash n backslash is already one character, after that backslash if we use one more character, there will be two characters. So even though there are two characters, we will consider it as a only one character, and that character is escape character. Remember, they are not plural, they are singular. So we will consider slash n as a only one character, that is new line character. Similarly, that new line is nothing but it is a escape character. Okay, so here let us see here. So for example, this escape character I am using for this single quote is a backslash single quote. So what it does, it just ignores this single quote. It tells Python to clearly that don't think that this single quote as a end of the string. Okay, so like this it clearly tells to the Python. So let us see some examples in interactive shell here. So one example I have written here saying that is this string I have written in a single quotes, say hi to Bob's mother. Okay, so this string is enclosed in single quote, but inside this string also once again I am using one single quote here. So here there is no chance of getting a confusion for that Python, because so just behind that single quote I use this backslash here. So after looking into this backslash, that Python treats this complete backslash as well as this single quote as a escape character. Okay, so that it treats this complete string as a string which is beginning with this single quote and ending with this single quote. Okay, so like this there are so many single quotes are there, sorry, escape characters are there. So first escape character is this one backslash single quote, and second escape character is backslash double quote. So I think you got idea now. So when we should use this backslash double quote, so it means that if you want to ignore or if you want to escape this double quotes, then you can use this backslash. And it means that if you want to make this double quotes as a part of your string, as a part of your string, then you can use your escape character. So of course this double quotes, first double quote may be indicating beginning of the string, and the last and final double quotes indicates the end of the string. So, but inside this string, if you want to use once again the double quotes as a part of that string, then we should use one backslash before that double quotes. Okay. So here are some escape characters. So this is a single quote escape character, and this escape character slash double quotes it displays double quotes, and slash t will display tab, and slash n displays a new line, that is line break, and the double backslash will explicitly display the backslash. So it means that sir, in our print statement, if we are using one string, and in that string if I want to actually display that backslash only, then what to do? Then you just use a double backslash. If you use a single backslash, after this backslash, whatever the character you write, that character and this backslash both together will be treated as one single character, and that single character is called as escape character. Okay, explicitly if you want to display this backslash in your string, then you should use a double backslash. So these characters are called as escape characters. So try these things in your interactive shell series. Print hello there slash n, how are you, slash n, I am doing fine. So what is this? You can easily observe that this string is beginning with this double quote, and this string is ending with this double quote, and this string starts with some characters like hello there, and after that slash n is there. So clearly I told you slash n is nothing but it is a new line statement, right? A new line character. So cursor will come to next line, then one more string will be displayed, that is how are you, and after that one more slash n is here. So this string will be displayed in the second line, after that slash n is there in the third line. So this string will be displayed, that is I am doing fine. So I am doing fine, and here one am am, instead of writing am, we have just used one apostrophe here as a single quote. So when this Python looks into this single quote, it just escapes this single quote. It means that it understands that this single quote is a part of the string. So the expected output will be like this: hello there, how are you, and at last it displays I am doing fine. So today homework I give you in this third string. Okay, the string whatever you are displaying in this third line, here one single quote is there. Okay, so why it is displaying? Because of this backslash. Today I just want you to check by removing this backslash, and directly after this I, you can just write this single quote and m, and you just keep everything is same, just you remove this backslash, and once you check the output of this complete print statement, and what it gets, what it gives you the output. Just you see and check the output, and you just tell me. Okay, you send the screenshots to me. So this is just a small homework today. What I am giving to you. Okay. So here I stop the class. Then in the next class I continue with one more interesting topic, that is RAS strings. Okay. So here I just want to take attendance of you people. Just answer your attendance. Rohit, Samiksha,
Present, sir.
Abhishek,
Present, sir.
Akanksha,
Present, sir.
Akash, Alfia,
Present, sir.
Aniket, Archita, Sumaya, Bhakti, Digambar, Fiza,
Present, sir.
Gangadhar,
Yes, sir.
Gauri, Geeta,
Yes, sir.
Ame, Nandini, Neeta, Padmabhushan,
Yes, sir.
Vaibhav,
Yes, sir.
Sakshi, Pranali,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Prathamesh, Prathamesh,
Yes, sir.
Rishikesh Murgade, Rishikesh Patil, Rutu,
Yes, sir.
Rutuja,
Yes, sir.
Sakshi,
Yes, sir.
Sanvi, Sandeep,
Present, sir.
Shashank, Shivani,
Yes, sir.
Shubham, Sita,
Present, sir.
Soumya,
So,
Saurabh,
Yes, sir.
Suraj,
Yes, sir.
Tejaswini,
yes, sir.
Tejaswini Patil, Ujjwala, Vani,
Present, sir.
Vinayak, Vinayak, Vishwajit, Chinmay,
Present, sir.
Shashank.
Yes, sir.
You can leave the meeting now.